So good morning, everybody. Well, at least it's morning for me. I'm going to talk about what is going on with my garden, what's going on with my personal life, and what I'm going to start for my fall garden. All right, my summer garden, my cucumbers are about toast. The peroxide is not working for the amount of dew and rain we've been getting. Like, just the dew alone is worse than the rain. Excuse me. And like when I spray the peroxide on there, it's just not touching the situation. So I went ahead and ordered a copper fungicide, and I'm going to try that. I need something a little more aggressive because my cucumbers are about done. Now, what's funny is at my grandma's house, about an hour and a half away, they have no powdery mildew or leaf spot or anything on any of their plants, which is incredible. Like, gardening every year is different, isn't it? So last year I had way more production out of my summer garden. This year it's just between the humidity and just everything else going on, it's not as hot. But gardens are different year after year, so it doesn't mean you should give up. Just stay positive and stay focused. So what you can do, we still have time to grow things, and in fact, there's plenty of cool weather crops out there that we could still be planting. And it's still going to be hot for 2 or 3 weeks or more. Excuse me. Hang on, let me just clear up my throat. Okay. So I went ahead and purchased these about a month ago, and they've been sitting on my table. Now, they've been sitting, and so is a lot of things in my garden just the way they are because I am having to take care of somebody else on top of my mother-in-law's yard because their caregiver is unavailable to take care of them right now. So I gotta go grocery shopping for them, clean their house, blah, 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 blah. So I also started a new job that's actually paying better than my previous job, another $2.50 more an hour, which is great. And I'm really focused on learning it because it's doing, retail services at Walmarts. Yes, I go to different Walmarts now, not Dollar Generals. So that's a positive thing, but it's different than what I'm used to doing. I'm used to doing a bunch of resets. This is less resets, more of clip strips, filling balloons, and things like that. So it's just a learning curve. So I'm run rampant. Anyway, I have these golden beets. And the neighbors that gave me the pressure cooker and the jars actually said their grandma used to pickle with the yellow beets, and she'd stick a boiled egg in there, and that they really enjoyed that. So they said the yellow beets are sweeter and better, and I'm going to give them a try. I also got more Detroit dark reds growing out there just because I really like those. Here's something I've never tried, is a rutabaga, and I heard they're great substitutes for potatoes, that's the word. I just woke up not too long ago and I haven't even had my first cup of coffee, so I'm a little morning. Can you tell? Kyoto red carrots. These are my free seed packet from Baker Creek this year, and I'm excited to try them. Look how red they are inside. Beautiful. I have some dazzling blue kale, which is a lacinato type, so it should do really well through the winter. I'm thinking about growing some kale out in the garden and in pots in my greenhouse throughout the winter and seeing the difference in that. So we'll stay tuned and see if that happens and what turns out of it. I got some blue Scotch curled kale, Marvel of Four Seasons lettuce, and some Celtis. This is interesting. Look at this. And you can eat the leaves off of it, and then on the stem you can peel off the outside of it and eat the inside of it. And I heard the inside tastes kind of like a mixture of different vegetables. For me, what tastes like different vegetables mixed together, I can think of as bok choy. It tastes like spinach and celery mixed to me. And I really like bok choy, so I'm interested in trying Celtis. I'm going to go ahead and try to start these seeds inside this weekend. We're supposed to get rain all day Saturday, and it's supposed to be high of 90. See, not doing super awesome for the whole fungus situation happening out in the garden. But my copper fungicide is I shipped it to Grandma's house, so I have to go out there and pick it up. It's supposed to be arriving today, so I got to make a trip out there and pick that up. And hopefully Sunday I can get that sprayed and maybe my cucumbers will survive, maybe not, but Mom told me there's plenty of cucumbers out there for me to have, so I can still be making my homemade pickles. And I do want to do a video on that because I've done this method that I have found this year several times. It is not considered safe by any means. It's an old-fashioned recipe, but people have been doing it and it works, and I've only had one jar not seal, and oops, I guess we're gonna have to stick that one in the fridge and eat it. Darn. And we have really enjoyed these pickles, and we don't want to buy store pickles anymore if we don't have to. So I will definitely be putting a video out on that too. I also will give you the not so awesome garden tour. It needs weeded. There's freaking fungus everywhere, and yeah. But that's life, and I gotta share life with you, and not everything's flowers and roses, but there's still beauty in it. I'm still getting harvest, you know, so there's still plants to be saved out there too. Not all of my curcubids are hit with powdery mildew. They got it on there, but you can still beat it. So I can't wait to show you the results of the copper fungicide because I've never used it before. I'm not so keen on sticking, you know, fungicides and things like that in my garden, but they say that the copper fungicide is pretty generally safe, and I'd be more worried about the pesticides and the pesticides and herbicides before I am about fungicides. So that's how I feel about it, and that's what I'm going to do. If I have to rip up some plants because it doesn't work, hey, I gave it a good try this year. Next year will probably be different, so stay tuned. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick update before I head out to work. I'm still drinking coffee, so no work for me yet, but I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.